Yes, we're going to pass this guy. Oh my goodness, we got too close to that person. The car's just going to drive around that. So you can see it on the display what it's planning to do. But the car is doing the right thing right now. Oh, no, don't go. All right, so this crosswalk has pretty much non-stop pedestrians, and it's just kind of the pedestrians got to give us a second here because they have right of way. So they don't ever have to stop for us, and they could continually block us. So let's see if Beta will figure this out. Now, I would be going. There's nobody in the crosswalk. But it sees these people kind of approaching, and it just waits for them. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another full self-driving beta video. We are here on Hardware 3 version 11.4.7, so we're going to have to start specifying what hardware we're working with because some news that has happened recently is that Hardware 4 vehicles are starting to get full self-driving beta access. Now, they're on 11.4.4, which in my experience, I use that version as well. There's really not much difference. You do get one new highway ability, the keeping or maintaining speed for traffic flow that came in 11.4.6. Other than that, not really a big difference. I still have all the same annoyances on 11.4.7 that I did with older versions of the 11s. Nice job there. But beyond that, it's very cool. Now, so this is, again, Hardware 3. We also own a Hardware 4 Model Y. You can tell the difference because of the yoke. I'll have the yoke in the Hardware 3, round steering wheel in Hardware 4. We'll stick with that. But my car has not received an update yet. It is still on the factory build, and when you get a new Tesla, it comes with factory-specific software that can, you can sit on that for, over a month. So, I don't know, okay. Like, what are you doing? It's also no turn on red, but it turned green. So, we're going to get stuck here as we always do. The car always takes this side and always gets stuck at the same point. So, I probably won't wait too long here. But my Hardware 4 Model Y is still stuck on the factory software version. So, we're trying to decide what to do here with this person. They decide to give us a wave. I don't think the car did that intentionally. But as soon as my Hardware 4 Model Y gets the update, of course, I will take that out and we'll do some comparisons to Hardware 3. I wouldn't expect really any difference to start off with. I wouldn't expect us to see much difference between Hardware 3 and Hardware 4 beta performance for a while. That's just kind of my guess, but we'll see. So, there was some confusion, and, for me too, where Elon Musk was saying this thing about 6 months, and people thought beta wasn't coming to Hardware 4 for 6 months. Let's see. Wow, is it going to do it? No, it's going to get stuck. So I'm going to have to push it through. This person's letting us go. We've seen that a million times. The car gets up to that cone. That's an intervention. And just sits there until I press the accelerator. So we'll just press it. And it sounds like he was basically, I misinterpreted it along with some others. And he was saying the performance of Hardware 4 will kind of lag behind Hardware 3. But it'll be interesting to actually test that. So I will have a Hardware 4 versus Hardware 3 video soon with somebody else's car, well, if I have to do that, so we'll see. But today, we're going into downtown Ann Arbor again, because I found this route. I did a live stream on X. If you're on X, definitely check that out. And this area I went to was just insane with pedestrians everywhere. Now, it's not New York City. Nope, it's not Dubai. It's not India. It's not rural India with mopeds everywhere. I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't live in those places. But it was very busy, and it took the car a very long time to make it through some of these scenarios because there were just so many pedestrians. Nobody was giving us the right of way. At one point, the pedestrians were waiting for us, and then somebody walked out into the road. They were looking at their phone. They weren't paying attention, so they just walked out. And as soon as they walked out, everyone else kind of swarmed the streets too. So me and humans were all waiting to go because of all these pedestrians. So you can see we have a little bit of traffic right now that we're waiting for. And it's funny because people ask, they're like, can you have more traffic and blah, blah, blah. And I get that. Of course, you don't want to drive on empty roads. That's not fun. But of course, I can't control the traffic. But when you get into scenarios like this, where it's just like stop and go and you can't even get above 10 miles per hour, it's really, in my opinion, not that difficult for the car because it just has to basically wait until there's room. And not as exciting. So I think like a moderate amount of traffic, which is what we normally see down here, is a lot better because then the car has to decide, all right, am I good to go here? Do I need to wait for this light? Do I need to, allow this person to merge in front of me or not or whatever? So sometimes, in my opinion, too much traffic is actually a little boring, but we can see how the car handles it. So yeah, we're going to go downtown here and go to these really, really busy pedestrian areas and see how that goes. So there was also version 12. I think I mentioned that a little bit before, but it's kind of weird because they'll keep working on version 11. It's not like, obviously we got this 11.4.7 update after version 12, was a thing. So we'll still keep getting updates, but like they're not even fixing, I don't know. I talk about this lane drift where the car, whenever a lane opens up, Full self-driving may be degraded, one or more side cameras occluded. Why do you think that? It's not, though. Side cameras look fine. That's weird. Wonder if that message will go away. We'll leave the cameras up for now to see. But they're not fixing like the most glaring issue where the car is going all over the road. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like the lane changes. This morning I had changing lanes to follow route. When I had a left turn coming up in 0.7 miles, the car moved all the way to the right side of a 3-lane road. And guess what? The very right lane was a right turn only lane. Now it did try to change back, but it's just like, what are you doing, you know? But yeah, whatever. So that message did go away. Looks like we want to change lanes to follow route here. We have somebody behind us. You can see in that repeater cam. And they let us in. The car does a great job. So what's so funny is in these more complex downtown scenarios, of course the car's not always perfect, but it'll do a really good job of navigating all this complex stuff. And then you get on a rural road with nobody around and it can't even like get in the correct lane to make its turn. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining too much because it is beta software and you know, you kind of like I signed up for this. I agreed. Yes, we're going to pass this guy. Oh my goodness. We got too close to that person to our right though. That was crazy. I'm going to report that. That was... I mean, I'm glad we passed them, but why did you get so close to that person over there? You know, we did sign up for this beta software to test it, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, it's kind of like annoying when for 6 months you have the same basic issues. It's like, okay, I've reported this. I think I've helped you, right, with the data. But it's still not being fixed, so... All right, let's get to these busy pedestrians. So we do not have a stop sign here, so we should be moving forward. The car is thinking about stopping for these pedestrians, and it does not. I probably would have stopped for them just to be polite, but the person in front of me didn't, and the person behind me didn't either. So maybe the car was correct there, and I'm wrong. All right, so let's see what happens here. We have a right turn. Hopefully the car will just do it. Oh yeah, commits really nicely. And I did mess with the nav there, so let's see how it handles that. It'll just need to turn around, which it wants to do right here. There you go. Wow, very nice. Very good. I was hoping I didn't screw it up for that right turn, but no, handled the right turn perfectly and then moves on to the left turn. And this is exactly what I want. So it was just going to go to the parking lot up there, which is boring. The next part here, after this Domino's, it's where it should get into the heavy pedestrian area. So that person doesn't even come close to stopping, which I'm going to be honest, I love for beta because they're obviously going to wait. Or sorry, beta is obviously going to wait. FSD, when somebody is flying through a stop sign like that, makes it less awkward as opposed to everybody making complete stops, as they should be doing. The car obviously cannot go straight. It's a closed road. But whenever the road is not fully closed with obstructions, the car's just going to drive around that. So you can see it on the display what it's planning to do. It's planning to just go around that. So I will disengage and take over there and make it go this way because you can't do that. Tried to drive around a road closed sign. Again, that's just something we need support for. The car sees an obstruction, but if there's room, it's just going to drive past it. If that whole road was blocked off with road closed signs, then the car would have taken a left turn there. So we're getting a little scared here. The car thinks there's not enough room. There's plenty of room. So I'll just click report there. People have been asking, how do I have that little camera button? So the original testers from back in 2020 who got beta first, they kept that camera button. So that was there for everybody for a while, and then it disappeared. And then the original testers ended up, I think it disappeared for us too, and then it came back for us, but it didn't come back for anybody else. Everybody else, if you're not on a legacy Model S or Model X, you can do the voice reports when you disengage, but that button, for whatever reason, is not there. All right, so here's our right turn. Man, the car is very timid today. It does not like these little walk signs. So let's see. It does make it through there, but very slowly. And then, wow, what the heck? You're scared of little cones, and then you drive. What are you doing? Don't go towards the car, you fool. It folded the mirrors to, you know, make it through. It's scared of those little pieces of plastic, but then when there's 3 cars all trying to do something, it just drives directly towards them with speed. Like, I don't know, that doesn't really make any sense, but whatever, that's what it did. So complete stop, and again, nobody's around, and look how slow. Look how timid, look how slow. Like, very, very strange to see those right next to each other, driving really quickly around other vehicles, and then as soon as you get to a 4-way stop that's empty with nobody in it, then you're timid. whatever, that's FSD for you as of today. So stopping for nothing. I mean, it's a 90-degree turn in the road, but obviously you don't need to stop. No stop sign or anything. Besides the slowness, it felt very good. And then let's get this out of here. And then we should, yep, move over a little bit and slow down. It's a pretty thin area. That was a good speed for how tight that was. I'm surprised that we didn't get more braking there. Again, when it's braking so hard for little cones, what it depicts as cones in the road. So stopping for stop sign, I'd love to turn right here. There you go. And it does. So it gets the nav in time to make this right turn. And then this next road, hopefully you can see right now, lots of pedestrians up there. We cannot turn right on red, so let's see if the car does it correctly. It's nicely stopping back. It looks like they just repainted that and maybe moved the stop line back a little bit. And the car did stop at the correct area. So that was very good. Let me get rid of that. And we are waiting on red. So no turn on red, and not that we could go anyway because of the pedestrians, but the car is doing the right thing right now. Oh, no, don't go. All right, disengagement. Tried to turn right on a no turn on red. Let's see if I can turn it back on. So that's the first no turn on red I've had it miss since, I don't know who's honking, since the ability was brought to the car. And I mean, it's been months and months and months. I've done lots of no turn on reds, not just in Ann Arbor, but other places as well. So now the car's not going. I'm not sure what to make of that. Obviously, I had to hit the brake. But, jeez. But I don't know why it started to move forward there. So we got the green, but this pedestrian's in our way. Oh, I love the inching forward. So the pedestrians over there have a all the pedestrians have a no walk, but they're walking anyway. Which, you know, in the city, that's what people do. And so we made it through. Nice and cautious. I don't know what the deal is with this over here. This guy's just like blocking traffic to make this turnaround. But that's fine. Beta handles it well. All right, so this crosswalk has pretty much non-stop pedestrians, and it's just kind of the pedestrians got to give us a second here because they have right of way, so they don't ever have to stop for us, and they could continually block us. But it looks like we're going to get a lucky break here. And both cars move through. So yeah, that was actually a lot easier than I thought. Obviously, we waited there a long time because of pedestrians, but that was all human driver-pedestrian interactions. And then we have a left here at the stop sign, and again, we're going to have good amount of people crossing the road. They don't have a walk or no walk sign. They just get to go as they please. And the car just has to nudge out here. And basically, if it sees somebody walking towards the crosswalk, it's just not going to go. Whereas the blue truck, the blue pickup you just saw, it kind of inches through the road until it's clear. So let's see if Beta will figure this out. Now I would be going. There's nobody in the crosswalk. But it sees these people kind of approaching, and it just waits for them. So I don't know if there's some kind of timer, like maybe Beta gets frustrated, quote unquote, and will eventually be like, all right, I need to start moving up. But I have seen behavior like that before, whether it's real or not. So it's starting to inch right here, but then someone else is walking out, so it's going to wait. So this is where Robotaxi is going to be a lot slower than a human, because it's just going to wait and wait and wait and wait. All right, so you're going to do it now. Yeah, see, it's inching. But now we got this guy. We had somebody in that crosswalk over there. People just keep walking in front of us. All right, let's go. Let's do it. I know you're scared. Oh my goodness. Am I going to have to push you through? You can't stop now that you're in the intersection. There you go. And a tiny little acceleration there at the end. Not bad. I mean, again, it's tough. It's tough. The car's going to be so careful around pedestrians, which is definitely the right move. But it's just going to make you get stuck for a long time in those situations. So nicely moving around those vehicles. And here we go. So that we can't go that it thinks we can go straight. I think this used to be a two-way road, and right now it's only a one-way. So we got to end this, and we got to go like over here. Let's go. Let me click something. What are you doing? So come on, hurry. Well, this is where again we're gonna have a lot of pedestrians, so at least we're going to have some time. Why is this taking so long to load? This is really disappointing. There you go. Go, go, go. And then boom, it has the right turn signal on. So again, we're gonna have a lot of pedestrians here. It's gonna take time. And this is where I was talking about, we had a little break the other day, but somebody was looking at their phone and didn't pay attention and walked right out in front of us. So after this guy, we should be clear, like go. I would start going already. It's just so timid. You know what? That was good. It did make it through. No, you can't go that way. All right. I'm not going to blame it too much for that because it didn't have the directions in the nav. And, oh, stopping for this person. Now, is that a cross? I think that is a, oh, it is a crosswalk. Okay, obviously it's a temporary one and there's no lines painted. So that is something that would be super confusing for FSD because it looks for the painted lines in the road. It doesn't read signs. So even though that sign, which admittedly, yeah, scared of that cyclist, admittedly, I didn't notice at first either. Go ahead, go ahead. There was a sign there that said crosswalk for pedestrians. And again, I didn't really notice that at first. But FSD doesn't see signs like that. So that's not going to work, at least as of now for FSD. But then you have people walk out in the middle of the road with no crosswalk, and the car is really good at doing that as well. Stopping for them. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. They don't know how to park. That's okay. You know what? Everybody's got to learn. So this guy's going to... All right. I would definitely not stop there. That's our right of way. But whatever. Not bad. I'll take it. Again, FSD is just going to be safe. It's not going to be too crazy pushing people around like that. So it actually made it through there pretty well. Again, the timidness, I really can't blame it. But then you got issues like we just saw where it just takes forever for it to get through certain situations. So that lady's waving at us like after she passes us. So it's our turn. Are you going to do it? You got to go. Okay, you know what? That was great. That was really good. I liked that a lot. That was really good. So we waited for pedestrians and we took our turn. Again, could have been a tiny bit quicker. You could see the BMW across from us was like getting a little antsy and they're like, are you doing it or what? But I'm so glad Beta didn't hesitate once they started to roll. And Beta moved through because it was its turn. Nice job. That guy to the right like wasn't even going to stop. Like, what are you thinking? All right, is this guy... Oh, see, he should have just jumped right out in front of us. For an emergency braking action from FSD. Make our complete stop and continue. So these are feeling really good now. Now we got some confidence. All right, so that was it. That was kind of what I wanted to show you. That it wasn't actually as busy as yesterday, unfortunately. I tried, but maybe we'll go back there again. I actually think I saw a little route where I could repeat it with pedestrians and everything. So that was the drive. I hope you enjoyed this one, and you will see me and FSD in the next video.